hell? Like, how did that just happen?
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy Sampson. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you're coming back, hey guys! Do you know what? I could be in the most unmotivated state, feeling like I'm shit at videos. Like, why am I so... One person will message me and be like, Amy, when's your next video coming out? And I'm like, oh my god, someone wants to watch one of my videos. And then it gives me so much motivation to come back and make a new video. Just fix my hair. Earlier on, I was having a little meditation session, and one of the thoughts that crossed my mind was signs that I have been getting from the universe. And I hadn't had a thought about making a YouTube video about it and sharing and talking about it. I just felt like talking about it. So I wanted to share with you guys all of the times that I've experienced like significant synchronicities in my life, or signs from the universe, or signs from angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, God. And I just wanted to share with you guys like some of my experiences in terms of that. So I started meditating and stuff at the start of last year, and I was doing so like all year, becoming a little bit more like self-aware. And at that time I started to be more aware of like signs that I was getting from the universe. What was the first sign? So it all started when I wanted to basically quit my job, and this is what happened. This was the first original sign that I got from the universe that I was like, what the hell? Like, how did that happen? Like, this can't be a coincidence. I was reading a book called A New Earth. Sorry, I was listening to his audiobook. I was thinking about quitting my job, and I had sat down on the train because I was on my way to work that day, and I thought to myself, I need guidance. In my head, I just remember thinking consciously, I need guidance. I don't know if to leave my job or not. Don't know what to do. Straight away after I said to myself, I need guidance, and obviously I didn't think that I was going to be getting guidance like straight away. I just thought I need guidance, like whatever, get on with my day. And I put my AirPods in and press play on A New Earth. And the first thing that Eckhart said, like literally, I'd just put my AirPods, press play, and Eckhart was like, a lot of people, when they're because this book is basically all about awakening to your life's purpose, and he was basically talking about when a lot of people that go through an awakening get up and leave their jobs because they realise that is not serving them anymore. And I was obviously gobsmacked. I was like, how did that just happen? I fully, like, it was such a coincidence. I literally had just asked for guidance on what I should do with my job. Straight away, I get it, like literally straight away, I got it. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be that quick, but it was very quick. And believe it or not, that day I quit my job. I went in and I wasn't really like certain that I was gonna quit before that, but obviously because I had that sign from the universe, it gave me so much more confidence that that was the right thing to do. So I was, after that, wasn't really scared. I was just like, fuck it, do you know what? Clearly the universe is telling me that I can quit my job. Like, other people do this when they realise that it's not serving them anymore. This job wasn't serving me anymore. So I went in that day, quit. I didn't even make it to lunch. I left. And I haven't looked back since. So that was the first time that I feel like I got an actual sign. And I was aware of it, and it helped me. The second time, so this was a little while after I'd quit. I was basically, the day that I'd quit, was Googling stuff, how can I become self-employed, because I saved up a bit of money from my last job and I wanted to become self-employed. So I started Googling side hustles, jobs that you can do to make money, because I knew I wanted to, there was stuff that I enjoyed doing and I needed to practice, but I also needed an income at the same time. So I was just literally Googling anything. And one of the ones that came up was doggy daycare, start a doggy daycare, dog walking service. So that's what I did. And originally I wasn't really taking it as seriously, but because I was a little bit like unsure, is this what I should do? Like, is it gonna work? But it's a bit of a risk, but whatever, I just did it anyway. I started to try. So I was one day I was in my bedroom in London and I said to myself in my head, because I was just walking around my room feeling a little bit lost, because I was like, I've quit my job, like, did I do the right thing? Like, I just needed some reassurance that I was on the right path. I spoke out loud and I said, please let me know that I'm on the right path. As soon as I said that, I had the urge to look at my phone, but I didn't want to, because I hadn't been on my phone or anything. I was just in my bathroom, like in my room, thinking to myself, like, hadn't even looked at my phone. And as soon as I said that, I had the urge to look at my phone. So I walked over really slowly to my phone. Like, I didn't want to, I didn't know what the time was or anything. It was just really weird. I walked really slowly over to my phone, not rushing. I put my finger on my phone. And as soon as I pressed it, it said 1111. And obviously, a lot of people know that this 1111 is basically a sign from your spirit guide. That was also instant, straight away. Like, it was obviously, the time was 11:11, but I had no clue that was the time. I had no clue what the time was. It was just so weird. Before I saw that symbol, the 1111, I was feeling really anxious. I was like, what have I done? Like, am I on the right path? As soon as I saw that, it just literally reminded me, stop worrying, you're on the right path. Even the universe is telling you that you're on the right path. So that was the second one. So I was also, this was at the very beginning of when I started my doggy daycare business. I hadn't got any clients. I literally had just began to make business cards that I was going to give out around my area, and I'd walked out my door with my brother. He was at mine at the time, and I had not even spoken to one person. I hadn't even seen one dog. I haven't even spoken to one person, one owner of a dog yet. It was literally the beginning stages. I had only just, and I was still very unsure as whether I was going to put in my full effort into this business, because I was kind of is this going to actually make me money? I didn't really know. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know if it was actually going to work. So I was walking down the road and there's this woman standing outside of her house, and she's standing out there with her dog. And my brother says to her, oh, you don't need any doggy daycare, do you? And then she was like, oh, maybe I might do one day. Have you got a business card or something? And then she walks back into her house and she calls her dog. The name of her dog is Cash, which to me was that's weird. The first dog that I see, after wondering whether I should start this doggy daycare business, the first dog I see, the dog is called Cash. She's like, come on, Cash, come in. And I'm like, nah, that's a sign. That is a sign that I can make cash. This is my way to start making cash. That's how I took it anyway. Coincidence? I don't know, but I don't think it is. So that made me feel even a little bit better about the business, and I think after that pretty much decided, okay, I'm going to put my absolute all into this, because I've had a few signs now that this is what I should continue to do. And so I was getting quite a lot of signs around that time in my life, and I think that time in my life I was kind of nervous, very uncertain of what was going to happen. Obviously I just quit my job, I had rent to pay, I had no income, so I was very I needed those pushes from the universe to keep me going, otherwise I could have ended up getting really scared and then just applying for jobs and falling back into the same hole again. But I feel like the universe really helped me, even if it wasn't intentional or if it wasn't a sign, but like to me those signs got me to where I am now, so thank you, universe. So another one, this happened very recently. A few days ago I was meditating and I felt like I'd basically gone into a state that I'd never been in before. So I've obviously have told you guys I've been meditating for like the last year and 4 months. A couple days ago I was meditating in my room and I went into this state where I felt like all of my energy was just coming from the center of my head. Like it felt like it was like, I don't know, to me, my third eye. Obviously I've never had this experience before. I basically was in this extreme like present moment. I don't know what it was, but it just felt like I was extremely present. I was aware of like every tiny thought that was creeping into my mind. I was aware of it before it even entered, but it was just weird that my whole energy flow was seeming to come from behind my eyes, like my head, my brain, the center of my brain. It felt like all of my energy was coming through there. So bearing in mind, I have never read about this before. I've never gone into like a intense state during meditation ever. Like I've been in meditations, but I've never really got, when people talk about, oh, I was in a deep meditation stuff, I felt like I'd never really had that experience. And this day I felt like, okay, this is something completely different, something that I've never experienced before. And it just felt so good as well. Like I was just, sorry guys, my camera ran out of memory, but anyway, I'm back. Yeah, I was in this state in my meditation, and obviously I told my friend about it, and the next day, and then yesterday I was listening to an audiobook. The audiobook is called The Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter. After I had this meditation experience, part of me was a bit like, subconsciously I was a little bit like, was that real? Like, wasn't 100% sure if it actually happened or if I was just like imagining it. So this woman, Dr. Sue Morter, on the book, yesterday started speaking about how she was in a meditation, and she said that she felt an energy go from her, I think it was the top of her spine to the bottom of her spine, and then after that, all of her energy was just coming from her brain. I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said that all of her energy was coming from the center of her brain, and she was like stuck in a extreme present thing. And I was just like, that is exactly what I was describing to my friend yesterday. And this to me is like a sign, because it's like another coincidence. I could, like, the fact that I chose to read that, start listening to that book a couple of days ago, and because I've only just started this book as well. So the fact that I'd never read about anything like that before I had this experience, and then to me, the reason why the universe has kind of given me this sign is to like tell me that I definitely went through that experience, because once I listened to this lady speak about her experience with it, it confirmed to me that I actually did create that experience. Which was amazing, obviously, because I was like, okay, if she did it, then that means that I definitely did it as well. I'm just trying to think if there was any others, but I don't think there has been any other really significant signs. Like I see a lot of repeated numbers, like 1111, 2222. Like I'll literally just open my phone randomly and they'll be there, or like I'll be on the phone to someone and I'll look down at my phone for like the first time during our whole conversation, and it will just say like 22 minutes, 22 seconds. And I'm just like, how did that just happen? Like I could have looked at my phone at any single moment. So I get a lot of those synchronicities in terms of numbers and stuff. I feel like once you become more aware of that stuff, like you do start to experience it more. Each time I experience something like that, I'm just so grateful. Like it really makes me so happy. Like I love communicating with the universe. It makes me very happy, makes me very grateful, and I feel like I'm protected, and reminds me to trust the process, trust the universe, especially in times like this, guys, when there's all this negativity. Everyone just needs to remember, like, all of this is happening for a reason, for our greater good. Everything happens for your greater good. Oh, actually, I've just thought of a couple more signs that I've had. Not signs necessarily, but like weird things that have happened. And it's a lot of the time to do with if I call someone, they'll be like, oh my God, I was literally just thinking of you. Like my friend Alicia, this has happened twice with me and her. Both times she's been like, I was just thinking about calling you and then you called me. It's so weird. So that is the end of this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed my experiences. Please let me know if anyone has had similar experiences. I love hearing about other people's experiences with the universe and what signs they get. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that will really help me, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Hope everyone's having an amazing time. Hope everyone's enjoying life right now. I know it's so weird, but yeah, that's all I can say. Thanks, guys. Love you. Oh, and by the way, obviously you probably noticed that one of my fingernails has fallen off. One of my acrylics has fallen off. Obviously my last video was me doing my own acrylics. I'll put a link in the bio to that video if you want to watch it. And I will not be making a tutorial because clearly I'm not professional and I don't want to teach anyone to do this. So that's that. Bye, guys.